What most birds will do when they bait off the glove, and that's what that's called, baiting, is they will right themselves.
Okay.
So he'll hop off the glove thinking he can get away.
Bait,
and
is that what you call it?
Baiting, yeah.
Baiting.
He'll hop off the glove and he'll right himself and come back up in the glove. But Dobby here is dopey Dobby, because Dobby hasn't learned how to do that. So
Just flopping
when
up
he's
like
doing it, he panics. He's upside down, he's panicking. He's upside down, and what he'll do is he'll start to grab at his feet. The last thing you want to do is put your hand anywhere near his feet when he's upside down, because if he grabs hold of you, he's grabbing hold of you in a panic, and he'll squeeze, and he has more strength in one foot than you would have squeezing as tight as you can. Now, if you have a look at his feet, they're not small.
No, they are big,
quite powerful.
So this
The feet are open.
Yeah, aye.
Oh, right on. I know.
Do we go back for Roddy?
And you're just getting him by the chest then to help him up.
That's what I'm doing. I'm picking him up by the chest. Because he's not a wild bird, he's not going to bite me. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. The only time he ever shows any sign of aggression, and it's not aggression, it's just he'll put his beak on me, is when I touch him on his wing. Okay? When he's settled and he's calm and he's relaxed and you put your hand there, he'll turn around with his beak open and slap your hand with his beak. But he's a little bit upset at the moment.
Oh, poor
So
babe.
he's not going to do that. Sure you're not. No, you're not. If he wanted to hurt me, it wouldn't be his beak he'd do it with. It's his feet.
Yeah.
All birds of prey defend themselves with their feet. With owls, you get a warning. They click their beak when they're unhappy first.
Okay.
After they've clicked their beak a couple of times, if you don't back down, if, say for argument's sake, they were defending a nest site, you'll hear the beak click. If you don't back down after the beak is clicked, then they'll attack you, and they don't bite. They
To
use
go with the
Fair
claws.
enough, isn't it? Yeah.
And would you hear it now? Would it be allowed?
Is it a proper click?
It's a proper click.
Yeah?
It's a proper click. Yeah, to make you wonder how they manage it themselves. It's loud enough. So when you're holding this bird and he jumps off the glove, okay, hand in over his face and lift him up onto the glove.
Okay.
The longer,
Proper handling now. It's not just
if
sit on
you
the glove.
struggle with it, if you faff around with it, you're putting him under more stress than he needs to be. You need to just get up there and stop being silly.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Providing you don't put your hand anywhere near his feet when you're doing it,
Yeah.
he's not going to hurt you.
Okay,
So you hold your arm out away from your body. He's more than likely his chest is facing you. Put your hand in
Okay.
around
Here,
his neck
kind
here,
of, yeah.
and just hike him back up onto the glove, and then bring it in towards your body. Once he's in towards your body, he's happy.
He's happy
Are
again.
you ready?
I am.
I'll video you.
Will you take this?
Yes.
2 videos.
You can
Any
do mine.
questions,
This is going
fire
now,
away,
is it?
because I speak better to the birds than I do to people. So if something doesn't make sense or you have a question,
I don't need to warm my hands to it.
no, inside the glove is plenty warm. Okay, now he is tied off. He can't get off the glove. Okay, he can't fly with the glove. So we might see a snowy owl taking
glove
off
going off
into the
underneath.
distance with a glove on.
I'll try hold on to the glove from the inside.
See that for braveness. Step up. Step up. Good boy. Now you need to protect your face when he's flapping his wings like that. So
Do I keep my hand up?
this part here is your jesses. This part here is your leash. Just this particular one is all in one. So what we need to do is put that in there and then in there. And when you close your hand around that, you've got total control over it. Okay? He loves his chest stroked. He loves being scratched under his feet. And while he's doing that, I'm going to, you see the tongue? So if you hold him up when he opens his beak, come on, open up. Remember what I said about the whole hand up.
Oh, shit.
Go on, you're all right.
Sorry.
Now, the only thing you done wrong there was you let go of the lead.
Oh, okay.
So you opened your hand when he was flying around.
Yeah.
So again, this comes in here, in there.
Just close.
I'm going to wrap it around there, okay, and hold it. So
That was just like
no,
an instinct
don't
to
be
let
sorry.
it go.
Yeah, absolutely. But you don't want him to get away. So with him opening his beak, just try and get a look at his tongue. see the hole at the top?
Oh, yes.
That's the top of his windpipe. So when he's swallowing his food, that closes, he uses the fork on the tongue to shovel it back, and owls don't have a crop like most birds. It goes straight down into the Now as you're standing there, you can see the wings starting to drop slightly. The wings are starting to come out away from the body a little bit,
So
and that's
is he-
him
is he
getting ready to
preparing
bait.
fly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Owls don't have a butt like most birds.
A crop.
A crop.
Crop is a
Where they
pouch
store
in
it.
the throat where
Yeah.
the
Kind
food gets crammed in, and then it slowly gets.
Hens have
Keep
it.
my hand up
Yeah.
high for him.
You keep your hand wherever you're comfortable. He
It's
is
heavy.
2 pound in weight.
That's not
He's
too
not a
bad.
lightweight.
1 kilo.
When you're holding your hand out,
Ah.
it gets a bit heavy.
Right, so bring your elbow back into your body and relax it. That better?
Having a good chat.
Much better.
Right, while you're doing that, I'm going to leave it.
Oh, no. Am I not done? No.
Now what?
Where's Daddy gone? Where did Daddy gone?
It's not wet more, is it? Your bag might get wet off.
Now, this is
Oh, what's he bringing over?
interesting.
Owls have very, very slow metabolism. Okay? Well, what metabolism is, the rate by which the body converts food to energy. That's a very rough description of metabolism. Different bird species have different rates of metabolism. Owls themselves having probably the slowest of all the bird species. You think of a kestrel, tiny little bird, or
Yeah, we've seen them.
one of the smallest birds of prey native to Ireland, have a very, very high metabolism for the size of them. They have to eat every day
Right.
without fail. What they'll do is, when they eat, unlike us, they don't eat for comfort. When they eat, the process of digesting the food also keeps them warm. And because the metabolism, because they burn off the food so quickly, a sparrowhawk, for instance, slightly bigger than, has a higher metabolic rate than a kestrel, they'd have to eat twice a day. And the amount that they eat in proportion to their body will be larger as well, to their own body weight. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it keeps them warm in the evening. If they go without food for a day, they start to starve, in the true sense of the word. Then what will happen, or can happen, is you get a very cold frosty night, and the frost alone could be enough to knock the bird over the edge, and that's the end. So it's very, very important. An owl is the complete opposite end of the scale. Once that owl has stored up enough body fat, he can go for 5 weeks. He has to drink, but he can go 5 weeks without food. Now, he'll be very weak and he'll find it very hard to chase down his food afterwards. You look at the Harris hawk, okay? You've got 3 toes forward and 1 toe back, okay? It's the primary hylux and the secondary hylux, you don't need to know that. But they're designed to chase the prey, okay? So when he's hungry, he has to fly and hunt down his dinner, and he uses energy to do that. If he was sitting up in the tree and he's seen a rabbit a mile away, he needs to work out how much energy it's going to cost him to take off, to chase the rabbit down, and whether it's worth it for the game. Your owls, 2 toes forward, 2 toes back, they're an ambush predator. They'll sit on their favourite perch in their home range, and they'll wait for the prey to come to them. They use their hearing more so, as well as their eyesight, but primarily their hearing. They'll hear the prey and wait for it to come close enough, and they bounce on it, as opposed to actively chasing it. The hind toe, the secondary hylux, is used, that's the way we're supposed to do it, is used when they're chasing the prey to catch from behind, and then they flick the secondary over the front and they squeeze, and that's how they, like an aircraft carrier or a plane coming in, they have a guide rope goes across, the airplane has to come in and catch it. That's where they got the idea for that from. No way, missus. Now, you're next. You'll have to put the pen and paper down. This is Flip. Flip is 3 years old. She's very, very gentle. She was hand reared. Again, if she wants to hurt you, she'll use her feet. She's a nibbler, not a biter. She'll have a little taste and a little tease. She'll bait off the glove the same way Audi does. That's why I brought her in today, because if she baits, I want you to be able to handle her. So again, behind your thumb, through your little finger, wrap it once, hold the fist, leave the thumb out as a perch, and you're laughing. If she jumps off the glove, hold your hand out away from your body and she'll straighten herself. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull my hand out.
I can't see what I'm recording at the minute. The sun is in
What
the
is she
eye.
called?
She is a Harris hawk,
A Harris.
Harris hawk.
native to, now if you pull that too tight, she's going to feel it on her legs and she's going to struggle with it. So it doesn't have to be tight, it just needs to be wrapped around there. Okay, keep your hand flat and your thumb out, and keep that flat. That's it. Now she's tied onto the glove, you don't need to hold on to that anymore. You can play with her now. Good girl.
Ah, she's lovely. Isn't she?
Now the reason she's pulling is she can feel the tension on the glove. So if you bring your arm just out, just a little bit away from your body, bring your arm out away from your body just a little bit, and keep your hand. Quite happy
You
there.
just stay with me, won't you?
She weighs, what's she weighing? She's weighing 2 pound now at the minute as well. So they weigh the same.
How old is she then?
Really?
She's
This one
3.
looks.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
all
all feather. So you take your fingers. Oh, yeah, you get your fingers and feel how dense the feathers are. You felt Audi, you felt how soft they are.
Yeah.
The reason Audi's feathers are as soft they are is
Gorgeous.
for silent flight. Okay, they'll bend in the wind as opposed to cut in the wind. So when he's flying, the wing, the feathers themselves don't make any noise, so he's completely silent. With him, where he's from, it's a little bit different. He needs to concentrate on keeping warm. Minus 40 degrees below, and he can sit there. Not a problem.
It was really hot then in the
Feathered
summer.
feet, yes. The biggest problem we'd have with snowy owls, even in Ireland, is overheat. When he starts being silly and jumping off the glove and stuff, and he gets worked up and hot, you'll see him starting to pant. Even in a day like today, what are we, 11, 12 degrees tops when the sun comes out?
Very thick.
Very,
thick
very
feathers.
heavy. I know that's somebody else play.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with everything now, okay?
Who's next?
One of the girls there.
Anyone?
Give it to, because I want Samantha to do the record. You should try holding 2
You get
cameras.
used to it.
Try holding 2 cameras steady.
Come on, you have a go.
Oh, wait now.
Oh, Yvonne's going.
Happy? Keep your elbow in close.